Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Deb C, and the place to be, it's Deb C. Bloop, that's me, Boop, Deb C. Hey guys, happy Wednesday. I hope everybody is having a wonderful week so far and had a great day today. Let's get right into it. Wait, yes, it is Wednesday. Okay, let's get right into it. Last night was the Bachelor in Paradise season finale. Okay. So we pick up where we left off the week before. And with Kathy telling Kat and Dale and Jess and Spencer that they're going to be voting themselves out. They're going to be leaving. And Kathy's like, I would like to give the money to the person. I would like the person that gets the money to be the person that really needs the money the most. So Kat then opens up about like her problems that she had in the future or in the past, childhood problems that dealt with money, and how she would really like to use this money for her and Dale to start a life. She was really selling it. Jess and Spencer didn't really talk about any of that. They didn't talk to Kathy and Keith about it. Dale comes right up. Dale was open. I mean, he came right out to Jeremy and was like, hey, I'm going to be voting for Bailey to be out. And up front, Jeremy was saying, well, I appreciate you. Thank you for telling me that, to my face. But then behind the scenes, he's like, well, that's bullshit, because screw him. We're roommates and he's going to throw us out. Okay. So that makes Jeremy then go out and try and like shore up some support with Andrew and Spencer. And I think Spencer had said that Jess is going to vote out Kat. But I don't know if that would be the case, because supposedly Jess is real close with Kat. Okay, so Kathy and Keith say that they definitely will not be voting for Jess not to get the rose. They want Jess and Spencer to continue on. So it's really between Jeremy and Bailey and Kat and Dale. Once again, Kathy's going to be voting for who could really use the money. Keith wants to go with who is the most in love. So they talk to Jeremy and Bailey, and this is the couple that, to me, I feel like if it's between the two couples, they're the couple that they would keep in based on like they're in it for love, just because Kathy had said that they remind her of her and her husband when they had first gotten together when they were younger. So we'll see. But here's what I'm thinking. It's the rose ceremony. I'm thinking that it's going to be Kat and Dale that stay, and it's Jeremy and Bailey that leave. The reason why I'm saying that is because that scene where Sean calls out Kat, that hasn't happened yet. So it's obvious that Jeremy and Bailey are going to be going home. So the rose ceremony, it's Alex and Andrew, Jess and Spencer, and then for the final rose, it's Kat, and she picks Dale. Listen, so that means Jeremy is out, and Kat and Kathy or Kathy and Keith are out. I'm going to tell you, this is fake. Dale, you're fake. Because here you are hugging Jeremy like, I'm sorry, bro. Girl, you're not sorry. Please, come on. You came out and already told him you were going to be kicking him out. Who would I rather watch? The two women that were on the elimination, or that were on the chopping block, who would I rather watch? I'd rather watch Bailey all day than Kat. And I hope this is the last time they decide to put Kat on this show. Okay, so moving into the, what do they call it? The semifinals, whatever. So there's 3 left: Alex and Andrew, Jess and Spencer, Kat and Dale. Okay, so day 20, this is the final relationship challenge. This is called Weight of the World. So before they announce what it is, Jesse's like, hey, listen, everybody, you're going to have a final relationship challenge. Go get your bathing suits on and meet me by the pool or whatever. So immediately Dale and Kat are like, we're going to do really well. We're going to do great. We're going to win this. We have no problem winning this because we're athletes. Oh, we got this in the bag. They really do think the world of themselves, don't they? So they show up and it is weight of the world. Whoever wins this, whichever couple wins this, they go directly to the finals. They don't have to be voted in. They go directly to the finals. So here's what it is. Basically, you have one person standing here on like a kind of like a slant. One member of the couple here, the other member here. And then you hold on to, and there's a weight that's going to be suspended. And each person has to hold on to like a pulley. And what they will do is every so often they will add weight. And eventually it will total, the weight that would be on there at the end would total both people's weight put together. And what it is if one, it tests, it's supposed to show like how well you can pick up the other person's slack, or like, because if one person is getting tired, then the other person has to really dig in and, and give it 110% to compensate for that other person. So that's what this is showing. So once again, the last couple out goes to the finals. Listen, right before they even start this thing, Dale's like, oh, I got a strong back. I can carry the weight of this. We got this. We can do this. Spencer, you could tell, Spencer's getting tired of hearing this shit. He's like, come on, let's go. Let's get this bitch on the road. Come on. Because listen, I get it, Dale. I get it. You work out, but guess what? So does Spencer. Spencer's a fucking beast. He's built like a brick shit house. And don't count Andrew out either, okay? So everything's going on. But guess what? And there are times when people look like they're in the zone and everything's okay. But then there's a little bit of, things are getting a little heavy. And guess what team is out first? Well, that would be Kat and Dale. Kat and Dale were the first ones in the pool. And I thought they were going to win this whole thing because they're athletes. Okay, now the next couple that was out was Spencer and Jess. So it's Alex and Andrew for the win. I'm not mad at this. I'm not mad at this at all. I love them as a couple. I just do. I love them as a couple. They weren't like super hot from the very start, but they're leveling up each week. I love it. I love them together. And I'm absolutely okay with them going straight to the finals. Okay, a little bit later, Spencer needs to talk to Jess. He's like, listen, I haven't told you the truth. I've told you the truth about everything except for one thing. And I'm like, uh-oh, what is this? He says he's not falling in love with her. He loves her. He's been in love with her. And he said, oh, And he said that she feels like home. Listen, I'm going to tell you, for anybody who has watched my Bachelor and Bachelorette recaps, you know that, to be honest with you, Spencer might very well be, Spencer is absolutely in my top, like, 3 of people, of favorite guys that were on The Bachelor. And I just, listen, thinking back, no, I'm going to save it. I'm just going to save it. But honestly, my heart, when I see him with Jess, my heart burst. Like, I couldn't be happier. So then Jesse meets up with Spencer, and here come the Neil Lane engagement rings. Where's Neil Lane though? I was wondering. I'm like, where the heck is Neil Lane? And so he picks out a ring, and the question is are you confident? Are you confident in your love, in you and Jess's love? And he says he is very confident, but he doesn't want to get hurt. And listen, he is the only one who looked at rings. Okay, so then we find out that the way that a couple is going to move to the finals is not through a challenge, but some unexpected guests are going to decide who stays. And that's when they bring out the eliminated couples. And when I tell you that a couple of those couples, 2 of those couples looked ready for some revenge. This was the Parliament of Paradise. It came back. The name came back. So what they're deciding is if any of the two out of the 3 remaining couples get to move on. So what they could do is they could either pick Kat and Dale to move on, or they could pick Jess and Spencer to move on, or they could pick neither of the 2 to join Alex and Andrew, and they could vote for it only to be Alex and Andrew moving into the finals. So, like I said, it's all of the eliminated couples. And I'm going to tell you this right now. This is exactly why you don't fuck over people. Just for this reason. Don't fuck over people. I'm just saying, you don't fuck over people and you'll be fine. So Dale's like, listen, I'm not going to beg. I'm not going to beg for people to vote for me, but I'm just going to talk about me and Kat's relationship to tell them so that they vote for us. They see why we should move on. If that's the case, I don't know why he's talking to Jonathan. Does he think Jonathan is going to vote for him? Does he forget that the week before he's the one that publicly voted to get rid of Jonathan? So Jonathan isn't going to do anything. So here's what we were waiting for. What we were waiting for is Sean. So Sean, ding, 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 ding. I need everybody's attention. Look at me, everybody, look at me. He's mad he got eliminated. So he's back to get some revenge. So basically, well, first of all, he comes out and he says, just to let everybody know, I feel like I already won because I left Paradise with Alicia. Okay. Do you feel like you won? Because you're about to air out some supposed dirty laundry and humiliate Kat. So, did you already win and you're cool with what happened? Because I don't know that you are. So he basically is saying, listen, Kat didn't come here to find love. She said she came here to further her career. And I reached out to, I reached out to a friend, and Kat was still with her. Did he say Kat was still with her ex-boyfriend? Either he said she was with her ex-boyfriend, or she was still in love with her ex-boyfriend, but he said that she smuggled in a laptop and she's been sending love letters to her ex-boyfriend like this whole time. And we have the receipts. And there's whatchamacallit. There's Alicia right next to him, being basically like having his back on the whole thing. Kat at first wasn't upset, but then you could see she was getting a little bit more upset. Dale immediately stood up for her. Also, Faith had spoken out and said, this isn't cool. And a lot of people too, a lot of women were stepping up to her and saying, this is terrible. Like, why did you have to do this in front of everybody? This just isn't cool. So Kat and Dale walk away. She's crying. She's very upset. But when they were walking away, it almost sounded like Kat had said something like, before she came to Paradise, she was dating around, and it almost sounded like she was in a relationship with her ex before she came on Paradise. Now, if you're going on Paradise, to be honest with you, if you know you're going on Paradise, why would you be dating around? Because if you're dating around, there's a chance that you could find somebody. And I mean, the reason for you going on Paradise is to find love. So that doesn't make any sense. But, and then off camera, Dale was like kind of questioning a little bit, like, is this something that's real? Like, is this true, or is this like I felt like he had some hesitation in believing her. But eventually, when he saw how this was affecting her, he went into protector mode just because of how he feels for her. And he came out, he spoke on her behalf. And listen, in my opinion, if Sean wanted this information to be let out, he could have just told people quietly. But to be honest with you, the producers were probably like, hey, listen, if you tell this information out loud and you make a big proclamation about it, it will, it'll be much more dramatic. So do that. Don't just, I could see the producers saying that. But to me, honestly, I feel like rather than putting it on blast, he could have just told people quietly. And even Alicia was saying, like, could we have done this differently? And the way that people were taking this didn't go over well. So I'm thinking this is something that could backfire on them. Like, people could see how this affected Kat, and maybe it would sway people over to their side, like, because they felt bad for Kat. Like, there's some people that will not be swayed, that will not be won over by that. But there may be some that might. So listen, and to the producers, the producers aren't going to see this. Please make this be Sean's last time that we see him on our TV sets for anything with Bachelor Nation. Please. This is it. This is his third time. Okay? Third time in, you're out. He was on The Bachelorette. He was on Bachelor in Paradise last season, and he was on this season. This needs to be it. I don't want to see him on the TV screen anymore. Okay, so for this voting, I really wish that they would have shown how everybody in the jury voted, but they only showed a couple. They did show Kathy saying she is voting for Jess and Spencer to move on. Jeremy came in with the saltiness. He chose a flavor, and that flavor was salty. He said he is voting for only Alex and Andrew to move on, and Spencer and Dale, I'm just repaying the favor. Ooh, oh. Okay. So apparently Spencer might have voted for Jeremy and Bailey to leave once, because we know Dale did. So who knows? I guess he did. Okay. So I wish they would have showed who everybody voted for. You know, that's what I wanted to see. So the jury votes have been counted, and Jess and Spencer move on. So in the finals, it is Spencer and Jess. It's Alex and Andrew. Okay. So now is the point when they split each of the couples up. And what you have to do now is each person is given the choice. Do you pick the money or do you pick love? And if you pick love, then you don't get the money. But if just one person picks the money, then that person gets the money. So it's like, okay, who is going to pick who's going to pick love? Now, I, from the beginning, thought absolutely Spencer's picking love. Andrew's picking love. Now, the women I weren't so sure on. So first up, we have Andrew. Andrew goes to the suite. Andrew is so selfless, because he knows that Alex has a very large student debt. So he's like, I just want her to be happy. I know she is saddled with an enormous student debt, but I want her to be happy. And if paying off this bill and she has this debt on her back, if that's going to make her happy, then I'm okay with that. He's so selfless. And I was like, oh my God, please don't. Like, the way that it was crazy. Imagine if someone does pick the money and you're standing there and you pick love, and then you look down on the beach and you see somebody picking money. Oh my God. So, okay, so we're waiting. And then finally she showed up. And so they both chose love. And the kicker is they got to pick out an envelope where you could win up to $250,000. So they picked an envelope and they won $125,000. Oh, they love it. And I love it. Listen, I said before, Andrew and Alex were not like hot and heavy from the very beginning, but they worked at it, and I love the whole thing of like leveling up, like they took it by levels, and now they're at the level of they love each other. And I love them as a couple. I think like she's like super awkward. She's like, she can be awkward. She can be like goofy awkward, but he's okay with that. And they just balance each other out so well. And they are still together. She is moving to Chicago. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for them. I love them as a couple. Okay, next up was Spencer. Listen, Spencer was standing there, and the minutes were passing and Jess wasn't showing up. And honestly, I have written, if Spencer gets his heart broken, I was ready to ride at dawn. Because when when Spencer said, I just want to be somebody's number one. Oh, God. It took me back to whenever he was cut from Jen's season of The Bachelorette. And he was like, and he called his mom and he was like, and you could tell how heartbroken he was because all he wanted to do was just find his person because all of his friends are getting married and having kids. And he wants to find that. And he almost had that in his ex-fiance until she cheated on him. And he just seems like such a good guy, like such a genuine good guy. And he wants to be someone's number one. So when the minutes were just like ticking away, it seemed like an hour, and I thought, oh my God, please, just show up. And then she showed up, and he was so happy. Oh, and they were my favorite couple from the very second that they met. My absolute favorite couple, the very second that they met. And he was so happy, and she was so happy. And then they picked the envelope. They won $190,000. And then he pulled out that ring, and they had that little montage when he was talking about her, and he was saying all these beautiful things, like how when she walks into a room, she lights up any room she walks into, and how no one she meets is ever a stranger. And they were showing all those clips of them together. It was so sweet. And then he pulls out that Neil ring lane. See what I mean? That Neil Lane ring. Oh, it was so sweet. And then there was that thought of like, is she gonna say yes? Because there were times during the show when she was saying, I don't know. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. I had to blow my nose because those were tears of joy because I was crying, and then of course my nose had to run. Okay, so they're engaged, and this, to be honest with you, I was not a fan of all of these like relationship challenges, and I wish they didn't have the money in there. However, this right here was this was the ending that I wanted. I wanted Jess and Spencer to be in the finals. I wanted them to get engaged, and they did. And I wanted Andrew and Alex to make it to the finals. And it's awesome that they also got money because Alex can take care of her student loan debt. And I loved it. And listen, despite the fact that their format was different, this season actually produced 4 couples that are actually still together right now. And that is Bailey and Jeremy. She is going to be moving. She's going to be moving in with him, I believe, is what I heard. Jess and Spencer are still together. She's moving to Dallas. Their families met. Their families accept each other, and they love each other, and she's moving to Dallas. And Alex and Andrew are together. She's moving to Chicago. And Kat and Dale are still together. They're traveling the United States, and they are still together. So now, true, it did just end. So we'll see what happens. But this, despite the fact that not a lot of people like this new format, this was a pretty successful season because four of the couples that were like the last one standing, all 4 of the last 4, outside of the Goldens, but we knew that Kathy and Keith, they were just friends. But 4 of the couples are still going strong. So we'll see. Now, they had told us that they were going to be having a reunion. That reunion is not televised on ABC. That is going to be, I believe that's on the Bachelor Happy Hour podcast or something like that. I'm going to try and find it. And if I can find it, then maybe I'll do a video on it. I kind of figured that they wouldn't be having a reunion televised just because football's coming up. So they couldn't have it on Monday because Monday Night Football. So, okay. In the comments, listen, let me know what you thought about this episode. And if nobody told you yet today, you were loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there in the world. Please always remember, treat people the way you would want to be treated. And kindness is free, so put it out there. Also, let's be aware of our surroundings, be smart and safe, hydrate with some water, wham ham. And if you're in a dangerous situation, please know that Dolly and I are sending our love, thoughts, prayers, and positive energy your way so you can make it through. Love you guys, and I might not see you tomorrow. If I don't see you tomorrow, then I will see you on Friday. Love you guys, and have a great night. Bye, guys. Bye.